everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam Lego Clone Blaster Part 1, we dove in, started shaping this whole thing out, and you saw that the main detail on this piece is the rounded ends on all the pieces, because it's that detail that makes this thing look like a Lego piece, a large version of a tiny Lego piece, the rounded corners. So tons of dremeling. You saw how much dremeling we had to do. Now in this episode, making an EVA foam Lego Clone Blaster Part 2, we're going to do more of the same thing. We're going to do a lot of dremeling to get the whole entire thing finished up with all the rounded corners, and then we're going to seal it with Plastidip, and we're going to spray it with multiple coats of Krylon Fusion Gloss Black, so it has that shiny black plastic look. So if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. All right, here's our scope, and here's our piece we're cutting out that's going to be our little stand for our scope, so we're going to knock that out on the bandsaw. Okay, now this is going to have to attach to here, so we're going to have to slightly curve this, and it's going to be kind of small to get in there and sand. So we'll use the Dremel. All right, there we go. We got a slight groove. We can actually go a little further. There we go, and boom, that fits on there like a glove. Perfect. All right, let's get our 220 in here. Get a little bit of those frays off of there from the bandsaw from earlier. We got our heat gun ready to seal this. That fits on there perfectly. Give it a few minutes. All right, here we go. Very simple. We're just gonna line it up with our Sharpie marks we made. Perfect. All right, now we're going to Dremel the heck out of the two edges of these things. All right, now we're gonna come in with the smooth bit to smooth it out. All right, there we go. We're gonna heat seal the end that we just dremeled. Look at that, that's beautiful, nice round edges. All right, now this is gonna come in and go right up on the top, just like that. So we're gonna make a mark so we know where to glue. Okay, so we've got our center point on that end, and our center point on this end. So now when we go to stick it down, we can line it up with our line and we know it's going to be perfect. All right, there we go. Give it a couple minutes and then bam, contact. Line our Sharpie line up with our center point so we know it's in the center. And then we're going to come around to this side and line that line up. Now we know both lines are right in the center. Nice, look at that. Now all we have left is a little sight right here and we're all done. All right, this is going to be our sight. So let's get our dust mask on. We're going to do our last piece of dremeling and this baby's done. Now we're going to come in with our smooth bit, and this will be the end of it. All right, there's that and that. All right, there we go. There is a Lego clone blaster. That is cool, man. That was a lot of fun. And as you saw, there was a ton of dremeling and a ton of mess, a ton of dust everywhere. I hate working in that much of a mess, but because every single piece had massive dremeling, we really couldn't clean up until we were done. So there you have it. The Lego Clone Blaster. Totally cool. We have a couple little tiny gaps. We're probably going to come in with our quick seal, and we're going to fill in some of those gaps. Put some more right there, and right there. Same thing, get a little water. See that? Beautiful, filled right in the gaps like that. Now it'll dry and no one will ever know there was a gap there. That's it, see that? We just get it on a little plastic tool and then just come by with water. There we go. See that? Just get a little bit right down the seam like that. Get your finger wet and it magically just fills right in. Look at that. That is nice. Pretty good. Every place we had a little bit of a seam, we filled in with our quick seal. We got our finger wet and it literally melts right into the gap and fills it. Okay, we're out at the spray stand. We're going to begin spraying our Lego Clone Blaster. All right, you know what we always say, do not spray, even if you're outdoors and you're well ventilated, without your respirator. All right, there we go. There's a couple coats of Plastidip. Looking good. You can't see any of our gaps because of where we filled it in with the quick seal. Man, that thing is tight. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get ready to spray our blaster with some black glossy Krylon Fusion. But before we do that, we're going to come in with our drill bit and we're going to drill a tiny hole in the handle and we're going to stick this rod in so that we have a rod that we can use like this to hold our prop while we're painting it so we can get all underneath the handle. We don't do that with Plastidip because a couple minutes after we sprayed the front end, the Plastidip dries pretty fast, so we can grab it by this end and spray the other side. But with the Krylon Fusion, it doesn't dry as fast, so we're going to stick this up in the handle so we've got a metal handle to hold and we can spray the whole piece all the way around. All right, there we go. That's simple. Now all we got to do is come in and there we go. We got a handle we can hold our prop with now while we're painting it. Nice and simple, just like that. All right, we're out at the spray stand. We've got our brass rod up inside of our handle so we can spray the whole thing without having to touch it. And you know what we always say, do not spray, even in a well-ventilated area, without your respirator. All right, there you go. We filled in all the gaps with Quick Seal. We Plastadipped the whole thing, and then we put several layers of Krylon Fusion Gloss Black on. So there you have it. All right, that was it. Super easy build. You saw us finish it off, doing all the round edges to give it that Lego feel. And you saw us seal it with Plastadip, and then you saw us coat it with several coats of black glossy Krylon Fusion spray paint, which works good on foam. So it's got that shiny black plastic look. Very cool build. Loved it. All right, so that concludes making an EVA foam Lego Clone Blaster Part 2. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.